name is Melinda Metz, and I'm the Community Relations Coordinator for Sourcepoint. And today we have with us Julie Grimm, who is the Communications Manager for NAMI. And she's going to tell us a little bit about herself and NAMI as an organization. Thank you, Julie.
Thank you. Hey, everybody. I'm Julia Grimm, and I work for NAMI Delaware and Morrow County. We are actually a part of a national organization. NAMI stands for National Alliance on Mental Illness, and we have a national organization, we have state affiliates, and then we have county level affiliates. And I work for the one that is local to your counties, Delaware and Morrow counties. So basically, the point of NAMI is to break down mental health stigma and also provide free resources for people who are dealing with mental health struggles. So we provide free support groups, education classes, and community presentations. And they are both for people that have a mental illness, and they're also for people who have a loved one with mental health struggles. So if you know someone in your life that you're close to and you're not sure how to help them the best, we also have resources for you as well. And they're all free.
And well, free is something everyone likes, for sure. So all of us who are watching the video today, we might be experiencing some anxiety or depression or extreme boredom due to the pandemic situation. And so I really like that you mentioned that you're talking about NAMI is an advocate against the stigma of mental health issues. Mental health is not just for people who've been diagnosed with something, some mental illness. It's for all of us to pay attention. It's as important to our health as blood pressure or going to get our vision tested, those sorts of things. So checking in with yourself in terms of mental health is important for all of us to do. What are some easy ways that we can do that, Julia?
Yeah, so there's definitely this balance that we need to have, because the other thing that we'd really like to see at NAMI is that we become a preventative measure for people. So people start thinking about mental health. So before they maybe develop severe symptoms of a mental disorder, they are getting help for that. So for instance, let's just take anxiety. So anxiety might be like, currently in this pandemic, if you're returning to school, you might have a lot of anxiety about how you're going to do online classes, how you're going to do hybrid classes. Are in-person classes safe? You probably have a lot of anxiety surrounding that topic. But somebody with an anxiety disorder will actually have fears around things constantly, and they will have fear about things that maybe we don't think they should be fearful about. So this is something that is constantly with them 24/7. They're nervous about just walking down the road. They're nervous about making dinner. They're anxious about, all of these things. So something that is micro for some of us is macro and takes up someone's entire life. So that's where it's good to take a self-assessment and think about, is my anxiety controlling my entire life? Is it impeding me from my daily activities like school or work and living day-to-day life? And if it is, this might be a good time for you to seek out medical help, because we want to make sure, just in case, that if you do have a mental disorder, that you get that help right away and don't wait until the last possible minute, because that often can breed, more problems than if we just get it taken care of right away, which is the same with any type of physical disease. If we don't take care of it right away, a lot of times it can progress and get worse. Another easy way to self-assess for anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder specifically, is NAMI has partnered with Google to create a quick assessment to see if maybe you need to seek medical attention for generalized anxiety disorder. And we will link that below this video to make sure you have access to that assessment just in case you want to check that out.
Well, thank you. That sounds easy to do. I'm happy to do that and report back as part of our little 2-part series that we're doing together here. Um, and I think it's also, can you talk a little bit about, um, okay, so it's natural for us to want to protect ourselves and to worry. That's a natural instinct as human beings. We have an instinct for self-preservation and keeping ourselves and our families and our children safe. But the tool that you've mentioned will help us to gauge whether that has stepped over the line into something that might need to be addressed further. Is that what I'm hearing, or is that not what the tool is for?
Yes, that's correct. That tool is for you to see if this is the time for you to seek medical attention, and that your anxiety, if it's out of control and has taken over your life. And at that point, then you can seek medical attention and perhaps get counseling or get medication, or some of the things that are just really important to maintaining our mental health, and we shouldn't be ashamed of using, because the diabetic uses medication to help maintain a healthy lifestyle. There should be no shame in getting those kinds of resources and needing that extra help. There are 48 million American adults that have an anxiety disorder, so you are not alone in needing help. And the best thing you can do for yourself is getting help if you need it.
So what I will do is I will take that online assessment, and if it does determine that I need a medical, professional's help or medical intervention to deal with anxiety, then I will, of course, add that to what we're going to do over the next couple of weeks. But can you please help me walk me through what some tips and tricks are that we can all do to help reduce the daily average anxiety that we might be experiencing or noticing more since we're at home?
Yeah, so like I've already talked about, my first tip always is, if you think you need help, go get the help you need from the appropriate professional. But again, we're focusing on what can I do just here right now in my own little space to reduce some of the anxiety that I'm feeling. So first off, I would recommend finding someone in your sphere of influence that will support you in your mental health journey, that'll encourage you, that'll validate the anxiety that you're feeling. And you don't want to have people in your life who are telling you your anxiety is not valid, or your depression isn't valid, or whatever mental health struggles you might be having. You don't want someone in your life who's telling you, no, that's not right, because that's not the appropriate response somebody should have. You need to have somebody who encourages you and is there to support you as you work through issues. It's not their job necessarily to fix you or help you. It's just really helpful to just have someone there who's present and who cares about you and says, I can tell this is really hard for you. So just having someone there to support you in those hard moments is really, really important. The other thing that I really encourage, and I know that at Sourcepoint, you deal with caregivers. And so especially if you're a caregiver, and that is can be a difficult job. And a lot of us have other activities that require constant socialization or just activity. Just make sure you take a moment for yourself to do some self-care. I know everyone thinks like bubble bath is self-care, but there's lots of different ways you can do self-care. It can be, doing some mindfulness techniques. It actually can even be helping somebody, or it can be like reading a book, or it can be, there's just a whole slew of different things that you can do. You just need to know, what is that self-care thing I need, and what can I do to make time for that in my day. So even if it's 15 minutes, it doesn't have to be super long. Just make sure you're taking some time to be by yourself and just take care of yourself. And for instance, if you're a caregiver, maybe finding somebody who can take care of the person who you're taking care of for, 15 minutes so you can have a break for yourself, and not have to worry about who you're caring for during that period of time. So I definitely recommend that. On the other hand, I know at Sourcepoint as well, we have some, and also at NAMI, we have some older people who are, they can't go out because COVID is just, it's not safe for them to go out. And we understand that. So make sure that if you're in that place, you're making social connections through the ways that we do have available to us. So you can maybe have a phone call with a friend or a family member every day. Or maybe if you're comfortable with Zoom or FaceTime, you do that every day. Or maybe if you're like not into tech at all, good old fashioned snail mail is always a great way to connect with people. And even for myself, I found that it's like kind of fun to get letters in the mail, and I find people writing back to me and stuff when I try out this technique of writing to other people. People respond and they like that. So that's another way to foster those social connections. So if you aren't able to be outside of your home, try and find a few ways that you can connect socially with other people, because isolation can be hard, and isolation can breed depression and some of these other mental health conditions that we're seeing. So just make sure that you're just getting some social connectedness. Okay. And then last but not least, take care of your physical health. It's amazing how much our mental health and our physical health are connected. So eating the right foods, getting good exercise, getting enough sleep. If you ever go to a medical professional, they like some of the things they're going to suggest to you is those basic needs in our lives, like getting exercise, all of those different things. And I'm not a medical professional, but a lot of these things that I'm telling you, people at NAMI or even myself have used, and people are finding them helpful. So that's why it's important to be talking about these things and sharing our experiences so nobody feels alone in their mental health journey.
Well, that sounds easy to do. So we will, for anyone listening and following us right now, we will go ahead and post under this video the link to take your own anxiety assessment that NAMI has partnered with Google to create. And then we will also post this list of tips and tricks to help deal with anxiety right now in the time of COVID, because these are unprecedented times. We're dealing with isolation. We're dealing with less social activity and social engagement. We're dealing with increased fears. And all of these things are going to basically, I guess, trigger our, different things inside of us that are going to give us anxiety and possibly even depression. So these look very easy. So I need to find my own advocate, my own buddy to get through this. I need to practice good self-care. This is a tip for everyone, including caregivers. I need to add regular social connectedness, and not just work-related social connectedness, but fun social connectedness during this time. And so I will be trying all of those methods out. And then I will be paying more attention to physical health. So making sure that I'm eating well, that I am getting daily exercise, and that I am getting good sleep, which is going to be the hardest one for me out of all of them. So I am happy to go ahead and try all these out for the next 2 weeks. And we will check in and have a conversation and see what impact each one had, and which one seemed to be the best or the easiest to do, or the most helpful. And I will report back, and then we will also go ahead. You're going to come armed next time with all sorts of resources for us, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we will go ahead, and next time we will be posting all of the different types of resources to help us with each one of these. And so wish me luck. I wish all of you luck. Please feel free to update us anytime. and let us know how things are working out for you too. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is absolutely wonderful. I feel like, I feel like I have some sort of control now to deal, to deal with this. We know it's going to go on. We know it's going to last longer than we want it to, and so this is wonderful. Thank you so much for this.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome. See you in 2 weeks.
All right.
Thank you.